All right, one of the most efficient and effective ways I've found to build explosiveness in my many years of coaching is the box squat. Why would we want to do this? It's easy to teach, it's easy to recover from. You can actually get into some contraction specific type things within sport. So if we think about that, Sam, go ahead and sit on the box. Okay, if I'm a sprinter and I'm sprinting and I bring my leg up, what do I have to do to my glute? I have to relax it to get to there. And then to propel myself forward, I have to rapidly and violently contract that glute to drive my foot back into the ground. I get the exact same contraction type when I do the box squats. That's one reason these are so effective. How we do that, go ahead and stand up. Typically when we box squat with athletes, or anybody in particular to get the full advantage, we want to have our feet wider than shoulder width so that when we go to stand up, we can push out laterally on the foot, okay? So go ahead and get your feet set. This might be a little bit different if you're in a rack, but you're eventually going to come back to this position before you start the exercise. So go ahead and stand up. I'm going to unrack you here. All right, so watch this from the side. When he comes down, reach your butt back and roll your knees out hard. Okay, so when he's on the box, these are real important here. We have a vertical shin angle, his knees directly over his ankle. All right, and for your box height, the kneecap to the hip crease gives us a parallel line. Okay, those are our big indicators when we're on a box and how to set the box up. Now, here's an important thing to develop that explosiveness. When we go to stand up, simultaneously, I'm gonna drive out on my foot as hard as I can and drive my shoulders into the bar at the same time. So go ahead, okay? So on the way down, it's reach your butt back, open your knees, pause on the box, stop all momentum to get that contractile specificity we were talking about, and then drive out on my foot and drive my shoulders to stand up, okay? Now go ahead and do like 2 reps uninterrupted. Open, drive your shoulders. Open, drive your shoulders. Do 2 more. Watch, you want to kind of see a snap coming off the box. He's doing a good job. It shouldn't be slow or soft. It should be sharp and crisp and fast, okay? Go ahead, rock it. Now, as far as training goes, 8 sets of 2 are very popular, 5 sets of 5, 8 sets of 3. You're typically gonna go lower rep ranges because if we go too long, we're gonna build up lactic acid and then fatigue sets in and we can't be as explosive as we want. So we keep the rep ranges low, but we also keep our rest periods short. So 30 to 60 seconds on the rest periods. For percentages, to build explosivity, we can go anywhere from 30 to 70%. Add bands or chains depending on your exact training goals, but those are kind of some ranges to get you started on that. When we do the box squat, there are 4 main mistakes we see. The first one is going to be box height. When you set your box up for your athletes, their hip there should be at parallel, okay? To do that, put them in the correct stance, the correct width stance, have them sit on the box, and then if I draw a line from the crease of their hip to their kneecap, that line should be parallel with the floor, okay? That's an easy fix. The great thing about the box is we know our athletes are squatting to parallel most of the time if we do that. The next thing is stance width. A lot of times people go too narrow on this, so make sure we got our feet out wide enough, okay? And then just to demonstrate, go ahead and sit on the box. So we can see now his knee is over his ankle, and when he goes to stand up, he can push out sideways on his foot to activate his hips to stand up, okay? The next problem you'll see is the knees will roll in or become valgus, so, right? So this is a little over exaggerated, but you get the picture. What's the main job of glutes and glute max and glute med is to externally rotate the hip. If my knee is in, that's not gonna happen. If I'm out, I can push out and activate those muscles, okay? So make sure knees stay out. Typically, if the knees roll out on the way down, they'll stay out when the athlete stands up, which is where you want them. The last big mistake you'll see is athletes will sit on the box and then roll backwards and then rock forward to stand up. What we want them to do is sit and stay forward and come straight up through the bar, okay? Go ahead, do like a few reps. So on the way down, it's reach your hips back, open your knees. On the way up, drive your shoulders. If an athlete or client is rocking backwards, you can always stand behind them, go ahead, and give them a tactile cue to stay forward and then come up. All right, so don't let them rock backwards. And that should fix those problems. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like any of the stuff we went over today, links are below. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell.